Hey guys, I haven't seen you for a long time and I haven't got to read a book to you for a long time. But I went to a new library today and it is so cool. They have so many books that I can hardly wait to start reading to you again. I have a new one today and it's called Alexander's Pretending Day. See Alexander there? I'm not sure. I don't want that to glare. Look at all these pictures around here. I wonder if those are all the things that Alexander's going to pretend to be. Do you think so? Do you have a prediction for what this book might be about? I think it's going to be really fun. Let's get into it and see what Alexander's going to do. All right. You'll see. Alexander was sitting at the table with his mother and drawing pictures with his new birthday crayons. It was a quiet morning and a good time for pretending. Pretend I'm a mouse, Alexander said to his mother. Pretend that I'm a really hungry mouse. And I'm sitting on the floor right in front of you and saying, squeak, 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 squeak. What would you do? What would you do if he was a mouse sitting in front of you saying, squeak, 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 squeak? Alexander's mother put her newspaper down and looked at him. I'd give you a delicious piece of cheese, she said. What would you do if I did that? I'd say squeak, squeak, Alexander says. That means thank you. You're welcome, Alexander's mother said. But I'd really like a piece of cheese, Alexander said. Please? Alexander's mother gave him a piece of cheese and a cracker and a glass of juice. Squeak, squeak, said Alexander. You're welcome, his mother said, and she picked up her newspaper again and started to read. But what if I turned into an angry lion? Ugh, Alexander said before she could even turn the page. And I roared at you. He roared with his mouth wide open. What would you do if I did that? His mother thought for a minute. I wouldn't roar back, she said. Lions can roar louder than I can, I think. I just ask you very politely if you'd like to have your ears scratched or your tummy tickled. I'd say yes, said Alexander. I always like to have my tummy tickled if I can. Say when to stop. Lions can always say when to stop, said Mother. Now pretend I'm a train, Alexander said. I come rolling down the railroad tracks and I'm puffing smoke and blowing my whistle really loud and I don't even stop to say hello. What would you do then? Look at that cool train that he's pretending to be. How cute is that? I'd wait at the crossing, his mother said. I'd count your cars as you went by and I'd wave at your caboose. Then I'd rush right home so I could be waiting for you when you got there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? What if I got there and I was a monster, a big, mean monster, and I came knocking at your door? What would you do? I'd pretend I wasn't home, said his mother. You couldn't do that, Alexander said. It's nighttime and the lights are on. I would know you were home. Look at that monster he's pretending to be. Look at that silly big nose. And he's green. Well then, said his mother, I guess I'd have to ask you to come in, and I'd see if you wanted any cookies or tea, and I'd find out what kind of sandwich was your favorite, and I'd make it for you. And we'd get to be best friends. I wouldn't mind having a monster for a friend. Well, that sounds good, Alexander said. The sandwich should be cream cheese and honey, and you can have my tea. What if I ran away like a deep, strong river, Alexander said, and I went so fast you couldn't catch me? What would you do? I'd find a bridge, Alexander's mother said. I'd walk across it from one side of you to the other. Maybe I'd drop a leaf over the side and watch you play with it as it floated away. And then I'd find a sandy shore and I'd stick my toes in the water. I'd tickle your toes, said Alexander. And then I would laugh, his mother said. But she tickled him instead. Look at, oh, they look like they're having so much fun. No more tickling. I'm a dinosaur now. I'm stomping all over and looking in all the windows. Now what would you do? What I'd like to do, his mother said, is have a ride on your back. I'd be able to really see far from up there. She thought for a minute. Are you a friendly dinosaur? I think he kind of looks friendly. I am not a friendly dinosaur, Alexander growled. I'm a grouchy dinosaur. Well, that rules out rides, Alexander's mother said. I guess I would just have to wait for you to leave. And then I'd save your footprints so I could show them to you when you were just you again. Hardly anybody has dinosaur footprints, Alexander said. Yes, that's true, said his mother. Pretend I'm a book, Alexander said, hiding in the library on a shelf with lots of other books that look just the same. How would you find me? Look at all those books. How would she find him? I'd look you up under Alexander, said Mother, and you'd be right at the beginning because Alexander begins with A. I'd sit down and read you from cover to cover. I'd be a good story, said Alexander, and I would be about if I lived with a family of penguins. I'd swim underwater and make funny noises, and my feet would never be cold. You'd have to eat raw fish, said his mother. Ooh, it's just a story, he said. Well, it's a good story, his mother said, and I like it. What if you didn't have a boy like me, Alexander said. What would you do? Oh, I would want a boy like you very much, his mother said. I think I'd be sad until I had one, and then I would be very, very happy. Like now? Said Alexander, and his mother said, yes, like now, and she gave him the biggest hug. I'd like to give you the biggest hug. I hope you like that story about Alexander. I'll be reading you some more, okay? All right. Love you. Bye for now.